I have a group of these women come up to my shop. We are gonna perform a class action lawsuit against you.
4,500 driveways a winter. You pretty much took over an industry within 5 years.
I could have done this at 16.
I know there's probably some old heads in that space that have been doing it for 20 years and they look at a young kid and say, what's this kid think he's doing?
I wouldn't consider it a competition though. We're out here playing NHL.
You didn't make money for 3 years.
We're with the doctors and they're like, your dad has 2 weeks left to live. How much worse could it really get?
What?
I didn't sleep for like days and days and days on end.
Oh, like that snow removal company's so cool. I want to go work there. No one's ever said that before. You're making the whole industry cool again.
What is it that makes me so excited to do this? Like, what is it? And I figured it out. It's by far.
You're in an industry that has been aging, let's say.
Yeah.
Hasn't really been too much disruption in that industry. And I think you're doing a killer job.
Thank you, man.
And I think you're seeing that with like, you know, a lot of love in Toronto for you, right? Because
so much.
We were talking off camera. I'm like, I don't think I really know anyone in the space that you're in that's killing it to that extent, which we'll talk about, of course.
Yeah, please.
I want to give the audience some context. How old are you right now?
25 years old.
Yes, you heard that right. 25. Mm-hmm. How long you been in business?
I've been in business since I was 19.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And something I really noticed about you when I was following you, watching your content, I'm like, this guy is hella driven.
Yeah.
This guy is motivated to another level. And you see that with people. And when I see that in someone, the first thing I'll think about is like, okay, who hurt this guy? Who hurt this guy? Or who ended up putting this chip on this kid's shoulder that he's going as hard as a maniac right now, right? Which we'll talk about that as well. Let's talk about how you first got into business. When did you first get into business and why?
First got into business, started in 2019.
Okay.
You want me to go way back? What gave me the impulse, or do you want me to start right from?
Yeah, I think I'd like to know about even your mindset at that time, the kind of life you were living at that time, your character at that time, because that all matters in the come up, right? And why you decided to take that step. So yeah, even a little bit more, I guess, back. And talk about why you ended up making that decision to start.
Yeah, absolutely. So dropped out of high school when I was in grade 12, early grade 12. School wasn't for me. It was kind of difficult listening to others, you know, teachers, principals, had a little bit of a tougher time listening. That was the biggest thing. Kind of wanted to do things on my own, right?
Okay.
So left high school, left all my friends behind and what I had going on there. Went to, what's it called? Booklet school is what we call it back home. I'm not sure what you call it here. More for locally developed learners and people who have a harder time with school, etc.
Okay.
So pulled up there, started doing booklets, realized that I just didn't want to be in school at all.
Okay.
My parents were really supportive. They were just like, they were happy if I was working, you know?
Okay.
They didn't need the big fancy college degree, university degree. They didn't want anything like that. As long as I was working and out of trouble, they were content.
Which is different though. That's a different kind of support. Most people get the opposite.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, we want you to finish school
Yeah.
and get that top job, right?
It was different. You know, I got some really old school European parents that were just like, you know, if you're working, we're happy. Simple, very simple. So long story short, pulled up to booklet school, realized it wasn't for me. And I just wanted to get away from school in general. I had a hard time for my entire childhood, high school, etc. And I'm like, okay, enough's enough. I'm going to work. Told my parents that I was going to pay my brother to finish my courses for me. So handed off all the booklets to my brother, my English, math, science, all the courses that he had to do. He was pumping them out for like $10 a booklet. So he was getting me out of school, getting me by school. And then I just went to go work full time.
Okay.
So I was doing Best Buy during the day. And then at night I was serving at a restaurant, one of my favorite restaurants back home, a Restaurante actually, Antico's. And I was doing that for a bit. Then kind of 1 year came around. And I worked several different jobs throughout high school, throughout some later elementary, I should say. I had so many jobs throughout my journey, probably 14 total since I was the age of 13 to 19 when I started the business. And I was lost after high school. Like that was it. I just didn't know what to do. So I just kept working different jobs. Okay. Seeing if I could like find a passion, seeing if I could find something I like, and none of it worked. And if it seemed like every new job I got, I was quicker to leave. So something wasn't right there. And I figured that I had to do something for myself for sure. Like it was just the time.
And while you're, sorry, just to stop you there, while you're between all these jobs, the 14, 15 jobs,
Mm-hmm.
are you thinking at all like there is something that you like doing? Are you at that moment being inspired by anything else? Was there anything you maybe were watching on online that inspired you? Did you start to get the juices flowing at all with what you wanted to do with your career? Big shout out to our family at Mint Inc., Canada's top spot for sports cards, trading cards, collectibles, and live hobby experiences. If you're just getting started or you're already deep in the game, they've got it all. Retail packs, high-end boxes, grading, supplies, and they even do daily live shows. Me and Anth actually have started building our own collection. We're stacking Ronaldo cards, grabbing some Funkos, and ripping whatever we got the itch for. You can shop online or roll to their store in Vaughan to rip, trade, and hit up their bi-weekly trade nights. Hit the link in our description below. Use the code MBH5 at checkout for a little bonus from the boys. Big love for Mint Inc. for backing the pod and keeping the hobby scene alive in Toronto.
From about the age of 15 to when I did start my first business at 19, it was kind of just like seeing what was going on media. You know, Gary Vee was a big impact for me at that time. And he was like really popping for the young generation back then as well, which is in the 16s, 17s, 18s, you know? So he was a big impact for me that really he always had me motivated, but I didn't know where to start. That's the best way to put it. He kept me so hungry throughout high school that I'm like, I'm going to do something one day. I'm going to do something one day. I'm going to do something one day. But it took me a while before I actually got started, which we could get to. But yeah, that's where like the motivation stemmed from for me.
Okay.
And that's where kind of my head was at throughout high school, is in the background working these different jobs. I knew I was going to do something for myself. I just didn't know what it was and how to start.
Okay.
So I did carry that mentality in the back of my head that, you know, eventually I'm going to do my own thing.
What was it like for you to drop out of high school? Like, I'm talking more like personal life now with friends and the people around you, going straight to work from high school. Maybe not now, you know, experiencing the same things your friends might have at that age. Like, you went to work at a young age. Obviously, a lot of people do that at that age. But I'm just wondering, like, how was it for you? Did it feel kind of lonely for you?
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
It felt really lonely. Just cause like, you know, I had some good friends I was coming up with in high school, and we had some good times. Near grade 12, it started to feel like the maturity was really really setting in for me. So I was kind of like becoming a little bit more independent, just kind of hanged out with my brother Nick, you know? So we were kicking it for most of the time in grade 12, and the friends were distancing, you know? I was getting a little bit more mature than most of the people in high school. It felt like, not saying that from ego or being cocky.
No, but it happens.
I just felt like, I don't know, I just was over the party scene. I was over going to do dumb stuff. Like, I'm like, I want to get my bag right. You know, I want to make money. I want to figure out something. I want to chase something here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I need to do something. School's not it.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Yeah. And I think that at that age, it's tough to feel that loneliness.
Yeah.
You know, later teens, and like your friends are pretty much everything at that point for most people, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like you said, yeah, you had that maturity to you, but I'm just trying to figure out where you got that maturity.
You know what?
Like what made you want to like have that part of your character at that age? Like, you didn't even have to really, like, you could have just kept being a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it was just something natural for me. I always was a little bit more mature. When I was like 14, 15, I was hanging around 18, 19-year-olds.
Okay.
So when I was in like grade 8, grade 9, I was hanging out with the grade 11s and 12s and out of high school men, you know, that were in their 19s, 20s.
Okay.
It was just natural for me. I don't know if it had to do with, you know, being raised by more mature parents, right? Like, my parents were very mature and super old school. So that probably had a little bit to do with it.
Yeah.
But I would say that it was just kind of natural for me. I grew up really quick. It felt like I enjoyed high school. I had fun. You know, people back in high school know that I went hard. I enjoyed myself. But I got it out of me really early. Like the grade 9 and 10, 11 started to really mature. And by grade 12, I'm like, get me out of high school. I need to figure out my life. Yeah. And this is not it for me.
And before we get to the start of the business, do you think that you were driven more by the money at that point? Or was it more like your your just career? Like you want to
I needed something to chase.
Yeah.
I needed something to chase. I needed some goals to line up and some things to work towards.
Yeah.
I felt super anxious, nervous at the same time because I didn't know what to do. And I just needed to start doing something outside of school. Like I just had to leave that.
For sure. But I do think the good thing you did during that time was to try out all those jobs.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
That's where people miss out on, where it's like, oh, I'm probably not going to like that. Or I already know I'm not going to like that job or whatever it might be. But like, you have to do it. Think about it, right? Because if you didn't try those things, who knows if you're even here today?
It taught me a lot. And it also gave me the motivation and confidence to realize that, okay, business is a difficult game for sure. But there's no difference between me and that other person on the street who maybe isn't in business, just like I was an employer. I was an employee for an employer. And I looked at him and I'm like, we're humans.
Yeah.
Like there's no really big difference between us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're humans, both of us. If you could run a business, why can't I? That was kind of what started queuing in my head at the last few jobs. I also seen how businesses were ran behind scenes working at them. And I'm like, it was like, I thought I'd go to a new job and it'd be a different world. And I'm like, man, if these guys could run businesses, there's no way I can't.
Yeah.
So it was good for me in that essence because it built a lot of confidence in me looking at other employers and realizing that I could do this too.
And I think that's like a great perspective to have for someone that's like trying to wonder like, oh, what am I a business owner deep down? Or like look at another business owner. And if you don't really feel any difference between you and that person, work ethic wise or knowledge wise, then you probably have your answer.
Listen, I've worked for a lot of different business owners. Ones that, didn't say much at all. Ones that were very rude and disrespectful. Some that had a little bit of leadership skills. Some that were never there at all. And their business ran like an absolute joke. Like I've worked for a lot of different businesses that look so professional from the outside. And then you go work on the inside and you're like, man, what the hell is going on here?
So all 14 of those jobs, you're pretty much just taking mental notes the whole time.
Yes, mental notes. And something that was great for me too is I was in the culinary industry a lot of these jobs. I worked at, I think we clocked 7 different restaurants in town. A lot of great restaurants back home. I know a lot of the owners. They're all great people. So no disrespect there to any of them, but it did teach me a lot working at these restaurants, like a lot.
And with the restaurants, were you working what? Like, what was your job at the restaurants?
I was bussing.
Yeah.
I served. I was dish pit. At one point, I was making some cocktails.
Okay.
A few times, just simple ones. No cooking though.
Okay.
So I was kind of all over. I got to experience it all. I got to experience how the dish pit was like, which is horrible, but it'll teach you some things for sure. Where I learned the most though was being out on the floor, communicating with the customers. That built so much confidence in me. It built so much human skills at such a young age. I did that from when I was 13. My first job was at the Marconi Hall, Italian Hall. One of the best halls back in the day. Still is a great hall in Sault Ste. Marie. And I would just, I'd go bus and serve, and it was great. I really enjoyed it. And that's kind of where I built my social skills. And after that, I was kind of hooked. I'm like, I like talking to people. I like interacting. I like making sure people are happy. And it just kind of stuck with me. So I really stuck culinary all the way out.
I think that's one of the biggest skills you could take from like hospitality in general is the communication, the social awareness. I think because I was also in hospitality, I was a promoter.
Nice.
But again, I have to talk to people all day, put myself in front of in front of big rooms, and that helped me too to this day, right? So I always tell people, like, whether you're promoting or you're a server somewhere, those skills you're gonna take with you your whole life.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I can always tell actually, like when I meet someone that's been in that industry before, because you can tell from their hospitality and their customer service almost the way they speak to you.
It taught me a lot about customer service, a lot.
For sure. And I know that you currently smash customer service.
Yes.
So it's crazy how, it all comes back around, right? But we got to talk about your business now.
Yeah,
right?
Let's get into it.
So how does this start? Because, I'm looking at some numbers and stuff. I love numbers, okay?
Numbers are great.
And we're talking about 4,500 driveways a winter right now.
Right now, we're at 4,500 driveways and growing. Yeah.
Damn.
It's a lot.
No driveway going untouched.
Pretty well. No,
Right?
we're doing, if you come back home to Sault Ste. Marie, you'll see our pickets in every single driveway. It feels like that anyways.
Right?
Yeah, we got a lot of territory back home.
But you didn't
covered.
start with that many.
No.
So let's talk about how you started and why you started.
Okay, so why I started, to kind of fast forward a little bit more in the story here. All my friends were going to college, and that's when I really felt lost. That was it for me. I worked a construction job, thought I was going to be a red seal carpenter, decided that it wasn't for me. 3 days I lasted, and that was it.
Wow.
Found myself in my dad's backyard, my mom and dad's backyard. I was reading the book from Gary Vee, Crushing It, the yellow one, my favorite. Third time reading it at this point. And it just all clicked for me. I look up, looking at my dad's shed, and I'm like, okay, he talks about starting with what you have. Okay, starting with the contacts you have on your phone, starting with the social media accounts that you have, because we all have them, even if you only have 500 followers. I'm like, I'm gonna start a landscaping business. Screw it. That shed right there I'm looking at, that thing has got tools in it. I know it's got tools in it. I'm gonna ask my dad if I could borrow them, and I'm gonna go in my parents' basement right now on my MacBook, right? Starting with what I had. I had a MacBook at the time and my iPhone. I'm gonna queue up a quick logo. I'm gonna call it Northern Landscaping. I'm gonna go tell everyone on Facebook about what I have to offer. I'm gonna go text everybody on my phone and tell them what I have to offer. And I'm just gonna start. That's all it took. I could have done this at 16, but it took me years of trying to be like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna start? The best piece of advice I could give to anyone is just start with what you have. Start with what's in front of you. I started off a MacBook with some tools from my dad's shed that were not anything great. They were just some tools to get started with. And that escalated to me continuing that summer out, doing landscaping. We did $20,000 in top line. Slowly before I started the journey though, I called my brother and best friend, Nick Sherratt. And I'm like, yo, Nick, I want to start this business. He was working full-time at the plant with his dad, running his business with him and helping him out. And I'm like, bro, this is what I want to do. Like, you want to do this with me? Because being an entrepreneur can feel really lonely too. Like the most lonely. And like he was my boy, you know, he was my brother. Like we were like this, you know? So I'm like, yeah, I want to do this with him. Gave him a call and he was all in. So yeah, landscape throughout that entire summer. And then got to the end of the summer. Nick was helping with me throughout the summer doing landscaping when he wasn't working in the plant. We have a big steel plant back home. That's where he was grinding it out with his dad. And yeah, we finished the season out strong. Great success. Got, I think, $20,000 in business, which wasn't bad at 19. For 4 months, I'll take it. It was all right. And then...
was that the most amount of money you made till that point?
I mean, besides like making money from my jobs. Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah, it felt good. I mean, there was periods where you second guess yourself and you doubt yourself and you wonder if it's even worth it. Like, you still have those moments to this day. It's for sure. It's
you just journey. Get more used to having them.
Absolutely.
So you started with just landscape. Like you didn't think of snow yet at that time.
No, I'm getting to that. Okay, right
beautiful.
Now. So,
beautiful.
End of the landscaping season came. It was like, I don't know, late August. We're getting no work, no calls, nothing. Nick decided to go to college, not because he really wanted to, but because his parents wanted him to.
Yeah.
So he made them happy and he went. My parents just wanted me to work.
Okay.
They didn't care. They didn't care if I went to school or not. They didn't give a fuck. So they just said, if you could get work and you could continue to work, like, you know, we're happy. We're proud of you. So what did I do? Fall was here now. It was getting cold. My boys are in college. High school's done. Nobody's around. Feels like just me and the rest of the world. And I'm like, I got to keep the lights on. I got to figure out something to do. I can't just sit around at home anymore. Yeah. You know? So went, printed out some ads, and I said, we're doing snow. Okay. Again, going back to starting with what you have, starting with what's in front of you. What I had in front of me at that time was an opportunity to go and serve for a massive, massive pain point that we experienced back home.
Okay.
You know, big starving crowd for snow removal. We get a lot of it, right? Yeah. So I go see my dad again. I was like, Dad, the snowblower in the shed, eh? We're back to the shed thing again. That
shed did wonders for you, man.
That shed was everything. Can I use a snowblower? I'll take care of the driveway, and we'll kind of call it even. I'm gonna go make money with the snowblower. Yeah. Call up Nick. Nick was in college at the time, like I said, throughout the winter, but he helped me when he wasn't in school.
Okay.
I had my cousin, Joseph Salerno. He's actually from Whitby here in Toronto. He moved in with me as well, and he helped me along that first year in our journey.
Sick.
And yeah, man, I had a snowblower from my parents. We got another snowblower from Nick's dad, and then another snowblower from Nick's mom. Popped them on the trailer. Had this old beat up truck with a trailer that we borrowed from Nick's dad. And we were off to the races. Got our first 30 customers doing print by mail and handing it out in mailboxes.
Wow.
Got 30 customers. That brought in enough money between what we had saved from working jobs when we were younger and kind of the revenue from the customers. That gave us enough money to put a down payment on a tractor.
Wow.
So later in December, we put a down payment. We got the tractor in February, kind of early March at the end of our first season with the 30 customers. Grabbed the tractor when it came in, hopped in the seat, and then right away it just clicked. That was it. Like I went for like 1 or 2 snow events. I seen the way the tractor worked, how easy it was to blow snow, how efficient it was. I'm like, we just got to multiply this, right?
Yeah.
Now, there were some other business models that's similar to what we do. So we were doing some imitation there, kind of following along, but with our own twist. And then fast forward, the next year, we did 175 driveways with 3 tractors. Next year, we went to 500 driveways with 7 tractors. Next year, we went to 2,000 driveways with 22 tractors. Next year, we went 37 tractors, 3,300 driveways. Last winter, 4,200 driveways, 50 tractors. And then this year, we're at 55 tractors with 4,500 driveways and continuing.
Damn.
So it's been a ride, man. It's been a ride.
So I have a few questions, obviously, when it comes to those numbers, right?
Yeah.
The first question I have is, obviously you were doing a lot of reinvesting in the business.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Like you weren't even making money.
No. The first 2-3 years, about the first 2-3 years, me and Nick didn't even draw a silver penny from it. We paid for some, minute expenses like here and there, some simple things.
Of course.
But we were living at our parents.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to.
I want people to
spend a lot of money.
understand that. Like you didn't make money for 3 years.
Absolutely.
That's how you get this kind of scaling though.
We just started paying ourselves 2 years ago. We couldn't really afford to in the beginning. Well, if we would have built the business differently, we probably would have been able to, pay ourselves from day one. But it was not possible. All the money was going to our people and the growth and the equipment.
I think even if you were making more money, you still would have invested more.
No,
You would have just reinvested more.
Nailed
Right?
it.
Like now speaking to you, I would
Nailed
have
it.
for sure you would have just done that, right?
200%.
So we look at 2019, 2020 season, 30 driveways, no trucks at this point.
I had my 2004 GMC Sierra,
There you go.
paid in full, beat up to a pulp.
Okay.
And that was the beast, man. That was a truck.
And then
we used.
fast forward, we're now talking about 55 tractors
Yeah.
and 4,500 contracts and counting.
Yep.
How do you think that you were able to grow that quickly? That's not doubling your numbers. That's almost 50 times your numbers through 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you've done year to year to really establish that growth? Because I look at it, and again, we're talking 2025, but I already know in 2026, we're going to be talking 75 tractors and 7,000, most likely, unless you obviously decide to just chill out, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think you're the type of guy to chill.
Well, there's only so many driveways we could do back home, right?
True. But then you start popping up in different locations. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? What's the biggest thing that, if I said one thing that helped you scale these numbers in this way, what would it be?
You want something simple?
I want something true and real.
It took me a bit to realize it, but it was picking the right market.
Okay.
We picked the right market.
Okay.
Just point blank, period. There was a starving crowd for snow removal residentially. And with the baby boomer population just going like this,
Yeah.
and us having a lot of retirees in our hometown,
Yeah.
there was a market that needed to be tapped into ASAP. And when we brought it to Sault Ste. Marie with the new revolutionary way that we do it, of the future, if you will,
Yeah.
it just exploded. Now, having a great offer and having great culture and being a good leader, like all those things compound with those efforts. But like the one simple way, or the one simple way I could put it is we just picked the right market.
Yeah.
We did.
And I think so. And I think, like you said, all those other items added to it, which we're going to get into, the culture that you've built, the brand that you've built, because I think that's helped these numbers as well, because you're causing a mess in that space.
I could add one more thing to it too.
Yeah.
Not only was picking the right market absolutely incredible, there was a massive pain out there that needed to be filled with a service, and we came in and accomplished that. But I think it was also the vision, you know, being a leader and driving the company, there has to be a massive vision in place for your people to follow with you.
Yeah.
A vision so big that people could fit their goals and dreams inside of it.
Yeah.
And I think I was able to accomplish that really early. And we had a lot of younger individuals, but some grown men as well that would bleed hard for us. You know, snow removal is not easy at all. And I had some guys come up to the plate and they went to the bitter end, and they're still here to this day.
Wow.
So I don't think that would have been possible without having a strong vision in place. Listen, leadership and culture, that backs all of it. Putting your people first, that backs all of it.
Of course.
I would say that was probably the third component, is I'd put my men before me all the time. I just wanted to make sure that they were taken care of. I always heard them out, and I worked for them too.
Yeah.
You know, I do.
And you mentioned you had a business partner, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So how important has that been for you? And how do you guys synergize together so that you're more so a two-headed dragon as opposed to just doing the same things?
Yeah. No, this is great. And it's really good as we progressed throughout our business career. We really found that, like, hey, we got to take kind of separate roles here so we get the most ROI on both our time and really grow this business together. So Nick is more sophisticated when it comes to finances and being very particular of what's happening. So he watches the money come in, out, does a lot of the legal stuff for us, the admin stuff, and just make sure that our company is absolutely dialed from a financial perspective.
Okay.
For myself, I'm more boots on the ground. Okay. I wanna see where the bodies are buried in the business. I want to know where all the problems are. I want to grab the fire hose to put them all out with.
Yep.
I want to be frontline with the guys, knowing what's happening. I want to see what's going on from an equipment operational standpoint, from the shop to marketing to sales. I want to be fully operation. So the thing is my role for a long time was visionary and integration. Integrating meaning that I was in each and every single department, always trying to pursue forward, goal setting, being there as a soundboard, etc. But as time progressed after this last winter that we faced, which was extremely difficult for me, I realized that I couldn't be a visionary for this business and be an integrator. And I really wanted to take this to the next level. So we just did bring another partner in.
Good.
Anthony Carchidi is a good friend of mine, absolute gun back home. Another brother, if you will.
Sick.
Haven't known him long enough to say that, but it definitely feels like it here. So we brought him. So now we're 3 partners in the business, and he's our integrator. So now this guy's an operations freak.
That's the next step you needed, if that's what you were doing.
So
right?
now I'm moving up to that visionary role. I can't get away from the ops quite yet because it's helping with how we're going to build a model out to scale it.
Yeah.
But and plus I'm addicted to it. Like
I was gonna say you probably just love it too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much. It's the human aspect. I've been trying to figure it out. I'm like, what do I love about it so much? The equipment's cool. Like anything kind of gets old, but it is cool. It's fascinating. The snow's cool. Then it gets old later on throughout the winter. Like, what is it that makes me so excited to do this? Like, what is it? And I figured it out. It's the people. Yeah. By far, it's the people.
Yeah.
You know, it brings me back to the culinary thing again. Like, that's where it all started, you know?
And I think, I was watching, you guys did like a job fair.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah.
Well, all kinds of people coming out. Crazy. And I saw you having a blast in there. I'm like, this guy's loving it.
Yeah.
So I think for sure the people aspect for you is something that I think you'd want to continue to do.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. Anthony's a beast at it though. He's really good at getting a crowd going. Okay. You know, he's really good at being a leader and motivating with the right amount of discipline. And the culture off of him is toxic too. Like when he came over and he came from a corporate place, one of the biggest corporate places back home in Sault Ste. Marie. And it was hard to get him, but we got him. He's in our home base now, and he's growing with us, and he's been such a great asset for us. And yeah, Nick's dialed on the finance end. Like he's making sure that financially and legally that we are safe and sound and continuing to be successful. I'm the bread maker. Yep. And visionary, and then we got Anthony making sure that the operations are running like a top.
So the bread maker.
Yep.
Tell me how you guys make money.
Well, we make money from charging for the entire season. Okay. So it's a 6-month contract, right? So for example, you pay $1,000. We'll do your driveway for the entire winter from November 1st till the end of April. Okay. No matter how many times it snows. If you choose premium, we come for 2 passes, one in the middle of the night and then another one after 7. because it snows that much, you need to come twice in 12 to 14 hours. And then for other people who don't need that consistent service, we come once and it's after 7 a.m.
Okay.
That's standard.
True. And then on the customer end, because I know that you have a lot of add-ons when it comes to customer service, they're getting texts over here, they're getting this.
Yeah.
Talk about that, because I think that part is like where you smash it, bro.
Yeah, so that's where we revolutionized it big time. So we brought in a lot of modern day tech just because we're younger people to make sure that we could run the operations like a top, but also give our customers the best experience possible. So right now in our business, we have a software that's called Aurora.
Okay.
I'm partnered up with the company and helped develop it these last 2 years. We've been running it in our business. And it's really revolutionized the industry as a whole. We have about 100 customers that have came forward with working with us, and it's been a game changer for them, but also for us. So I'll explain the biggest impact in terms of customer experience for our customers.
Okay.
From a user standpoint, it might be a little bit boring. There's so much gold for me as a user on the platform and for anybody else who uses it. But the customer experience is where we really, really wanted to dial it in for the business owner that uses the software. How is it to their end customer?
Okay.
So what we did was we pretty much took some inspiration and copy and pasted the Uber model, the skip the dishes model, if you will.
Okay.
And what we did was when we dispatch from our garage, we send a notification by phone call or text. We like to put people on text. That's the better one.
For sure.
They get a text saying, hey, operator, this is his name, left the yard, pretty much dispatched from the shop at this time, northern snow. Here's your link. Click here to view where the tractor is en route. So kind of like when you look at Skip and you see your driver coming with the food, that's exactly what we did. So you could see the estimated time of arrival, when he's going to be there, which house you are en route, if you're house 22 out of 85, how long it is until he gets there. And you could also see him moving along the route while he makes his way towards you. After he completes the service, you could leave him 5 stars, 2-star, 3-star, however your experience was from the operator. You could write some comments back. And then right now, the kicker, we're working on a tipping feature. So you could leave him a tip as well, which is great. So not only is this great for us as a business to incentivize our guys to give the best service possible to our customers, they make a little scratch and our customers get that great customer experience as well. So it's like,
well, now they're getting rated too. Now you know who's a good driver, vice versa.
We never used to be able to do that.
Of course.
We would find it on Facebook before we would
like
know
someone complaining.
Yeah. So it was tough. When we implemented this a little over a year ago, it's been a game changer. We did some heavy testing with it over the summer, and it was just perfect.
I think it's absolute genius because people are already used to, like you said, the skip the dishes, the Uber, that sort of platform that shows them that stuff already. So this is nothing new to them. They're loving it. And I would also like, okay, this is the new way. Like I look at your way as the new way. So then I'm looking at the old way now. I'm like, okay, how were they doing it before? Were they just saying, hey, Tuesday, the guy's going to be there?
This is the problem. This is why we do contract model. We want to make sure that we're able to give you consistent service all year long. We've never done per push. Ever, or one-time visits, and we never will. Why? Because we strive on service. We want to give the best customer service possible.
Of course.
And if you have to call me when you're ready, more than likely it's not going to work for us, and we're not going to be able to give you the consistent service. So knowing that you're with us for the entire winter will set you up for success, making sure that you get the best experience possible. So before how it was, and it still is like this in a lot of places, they'll just call for a one-time visit. And then whenever the machine comes or whenever the plow truck comes, they come. And it is what it is. You might wait a whole extra day.
No, I remember because when I used to live with my parents and whatever, like back in the day, and it would snow. It snows here a shitload too, right? And I remember like we would get our driveway shoveled by like these guys, right? And it was never like, we would never know when they're coming.
That's the problem.
Then they show up and it's like, yo, you got to move all your cars. You got to do this. And it was like a scene and it's like, oh, this guy's not here. Can't move the car. So
that's what the texting's all for.
But it's amazing though. Like I'm literally saying it's night and day.
It is.
It's not like you just added 10% customer service to what the industry was doing. You added 100.
Absolutely. It's a production. It's revolutionary and it works damn good. Like when you pull on a street that we have, I don't know, 100 homes on, and you see that the notification was sent before you arrive. All the vehicles are pulled out.
Amazing.
Everybody shoveled their walkways to put it inside the driveway because they know we're coming to clean it up.
Yeah.
Everything's like organized and ready to go. That is the power of technology.
Yeah.
Like we got some drone shots of like watching us hit notifications, and then like 30 minutes later, all the cars coming out of everybody's driveway.
For sure.
Right. So where we got precise with it is before you'd send one massive text, and then the customers never really knew when we were coming.
Okay.
So we dispatch at 7 a.m. You know, if you're at the end of the road, you might not get service till 12. So people were moving their vehicles at like 7:30 a.m., leaving them out on the road until 12, and they didn't like that.
Okay.
So that is why we came up with that like skip the dishes, Uber Eats model, where you could see where that operator is, how far away he is, when he's going to be at your house, so that you could wait it out before you move your car.
For sure.
So you know when he's going to be there.
Of course.
That's changed the game.
So it's almost like if I was to sign a contract with you 1 year, how am I ever going to go back to not using you?
Bro, we changed the whole industry back home.
Right?
Like, it wasn't even a thing before we started 5 years ago. Like it was absolutely not a thing at all. There was maybe residentially, I think 1,000+ driveways being done by just like small different shops here and there, guys with plow trucks, small little outfits. We came in with the tractor, modified with the inverted blower, and we just kept multiplying. We seen the pain point of how much of a demand there was. I marketed my ass off. I made sure the customer experience was great. I took care of my people, and we just pushed every single year.
For sure. And even as a business owner now, to add that kind of customer service, like obviously it costs you money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But you're going to do it.
Money,
but you're going to keep doing it because
absolutely.
it's working for you, right? Like this is the thing. Like, yeah, you might be spending more money on the customer experience, but in the long run, you're getting all that love back. All that money's coming back because they're coming back.
Absolutely.
Right?
We listen to our customers thoroughly. We spent every year innovating hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to make their experience better and better. And they realize it. I heard it from a customer not too long ago. They appreciated it, but they were like, when are you guys going to stop changing things?
Yeah.
Always keep changing
For
things.
sure.
In a good way, but you know, she was an older lady
Of
and
course.
she just wants it to stay the same. But we're always trying to make that experience better.
Yeah.
And we want to make it simple for our customers to adapt as well. So being informative towards them is something we're working on now to really make sure they're set up for success.
Do a lot of your snow clients carry over to summer?
Yes, but the demand's not there.
Okay.
It's not the same, you know, like Northern Ontario, the landscapes out there are nothing like Southern Ontario here.
Okay.
Like you guys put some good money. You got some beautiful looking lawns out here. You got some great landscapes. For us back home, it's not like that.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
So we just cut grass because our motto is all about being simple.
True.
All we do is snow blow driveways in the winter and we cut grass in the summer.
If there was like a ratio for your revenues as to which one covers more.
Well, I'll make it easy. We do 600. I think we did a little bit over 600 properties this summer that were all winter customers.
True.
But we did 4,200
True.
properties.
And then those
on the winter side. So ratio, you're probably like, what is it? That's like 13, 14%, 15%.
Yeah. And then those summer clients are all getting the same customer service though.
Yes.
Right? The same kind of
same setup, same tech, same software, same customer service, same everything. But now the goal is trying to convert more of those customers into getting service all year round. So I want to move to a subscription model.
For a full year.
Sick. So you pay monthly, your snow's covered, your grass is covered.
Okay.
And we just take care of it all year round. You pay that monthly subscription, kind of like Spotify, Apple Music, PUC. We just want to be one of those line items that you pay for out of your bank
thing to be.
month to month.
Yep.
You sit back, you don't worry about your snow, you don't worry about your grass. We'll take care of it. And that's it. So we're trying to flip the script a bit and convert it to have a more equivalent ratio.
True.
It'll never be that way.
Yeah.
We're predominantly a snow area. You know, like that's just what we got.
And I'm guessing to purchase a snow season is more expensive than a summer.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Sorry, summer is more expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. More labor.
True.
Right. Like
because you're coming in with the trucks for the winter.
One operator, one tractor.
Okay.
Depending on how tight the route is, could do 120 homes in 4 hours.
Okay.
You can never cut 120 lawns with one man in one truck with the equipment.
You're going to figure out a way soon. I'll give you 5 more years.
With the way things are going eventually. So because there's more manual labor
Yeah.
involved, the price is a bit more for cutting grass. Plus, it takes longer.
True.
Right? It does.
Okay.
But for us, the equipment's changed our entire business. So it's funny. If you were to do your driveway manually and cut your grass manually, it would take probably around the same amount of time, depending on which one's bigger than the other.
Okay.
Depending.
True.
From us, from a business standpoint, grass cutting, even with some modern day tech that we're using and using top line equipment that is efficient, it still takes us quite a while.
True.
We get a driveway done in a minute and a half.
Makes sense.
A property on average is 15 to 30 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the size.
Yeah.
We'll never be able to do that. It'll
At
take
the same
a while.
time. Yeah.
It'll take a while. So,
well, you'll need different kind of like equipment and trucks and stuff at that, I'm pretty sure. But even if you're doing it in 15, 20 minutes, that's still good.
Mm-hmm.
That's still really good.
Yeah, we're quick. We have the right equipment that's really fast and right setup, and we don't carry any trailers. Everything's custom fit to the back of the box, and we do some cool stuff.
So how has the industry reacted to you coming in the last 5 years with this killer customer service, these young guns, young team trying to kill it? Massive team, by the way. You have we're going to talk about the amount of employees you have.
Yeah.
But competitor-wise, what's that been like? Because I know there's probably some old heads in that space that have been doing it for 20 years, and they look at a young kid and say, "What's this kid think he's doing?"
Yeah,
it happens in every industry, right? But I want to know how it's been for you
dealing with competition.
Yeah, the reaction from maybe other businesses, or what your thoughts on the competitors as a whole.
We went so hard, so hard, to the point where a lot of people just threw in the towel.
Wow.
Like, no joke. There was tons of other small mom and pop shops that were like 150, 200 driveways. And once they seen us come in with our model, they seen how young we were, and they seen how quickly we were taking market share. They just, not even a phone call to buy the customer list. Like, straight up them just calling us being like, "Hey, you want the customer list? We're closing down."
Wow.
And that probably happened throughout the last 6 years. I want to say it happened 7 times. Mm-hmm. About 7 businesses just threw in the towel.
That's a lot.
Some with 30 contracts, some with 50, some with 100.
For sure.
I just watched them all just kind of drop. It was funny. They were all around when we started, and now they're all gone. Now there's new ones trying to just imitate what we're doing.
Of course. That's a compliment.
No, it's an absolute compliment. Yep. And I always want to be the premium price leader. Mm-hmm. So it's great when these other companies come in that are cheaper than us.
True.
It's amazing.
Yep.
I actually like it because it really gets to show the end consumer the difference in our service. Because if you were with us and you decided to go with the cheaper alternative this year because you wanted to save some money, you'll see the difference, and then we'll end up seeing you next year.
Yep.
So it's not bad. We're not looking for a monopoly, of course. Okay. I mean, having everything always feels great to the ego. Yeah. But competition's healthy, and it's really good. I wouldn't consider it competition though. We're out here playing NHL, and we're versing these guys that are triple A.
For sure.
It's a whole different game. We're a way different ran machine, and there's just so much more to offer with our service, and that's why you pay the premium price. But
take that in. You pretty much took over an industry within 5 years.
Yes.
That an industry that probably has been going for 40, 50, 60
Absolutely.
Years.
Yeah.
Like who knows, maybe longer, right?
Yeah.
Does that ever like, do you ever think about that?
No,
man. You're just like, we keep going.
I was thinking about what's next.
For sure. So what I wanted to ask you too with your brand is, because you're in Sault Ste. Marie, is there ever a plan to have other locations across Canada?
That's what we're working on right now.
Okay.
It's a big lift. It's a lot of work. I'm trying to nail it before we scale it.
Okay.
Nailing is perfecting the model, perfecting your craft.
Yeah.
Making sure that everything runs like an absolute top. There's the right systems in place for everybody. You have the right leadership team in place, the right hierarchy, the right management. Also the right playbooks that could be copy and pasted. And just, I'm trying to really, really find the crystal ball on making this happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be very much like starting the business. I'm just going to have to go for it.
Yep.
But it's a big risk.
You're almost like franchising in a way.
Kind of, yeah.
To a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
Would you also look to like buy other companies that are smaller?
That's the main route.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not looking to do a fresh startup. I mean, if we had to, if the market had that much of a demand, just kind of like how it did in Sault Ste. Marie, and we could come and turn things up there, maybe we might start from ground zero. But the best, easiest, more faster way is obviously franchise. But say if we didn't franchise, it would be acquiring. So acquiring a small mom and pop shop. You got to remember that nobody around my generation and age wants to go buy landscaping or snow removal or grass cutting businesses.
It's true.
Okay, everybody's trying to make money off the computer. Everybody's trying to get rich as quick as possible and make money the fastest way possible. Everybody wants a sexy business,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm into what's going to be for sure, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, acquiring is going to be the route for us.
Yeah.
Finding the right business is a mix of what's happening for us right now while perfecting the model.
Okay.
Once the model's perfected, we got the Krabby Patty formula, if you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Then we could just look for our next appetite and acquire a business and kind of move there.
Would you ever exit your business?
It's hard to say. I'm in it for the next 10. I made that promise.
Well, yeah, you're so young.
Yeah, I made that promise for to myself. Most importantly, I made that promise to my media partner and my entire team. And I don't know if I'd ever exit because I love the business. The model is what I'm absolutely just like. I fantasize over it.
Yeah.
The reoccurring service, the way the operation runs. It's
Yeah.
like this big game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's I fantasize over, and I absolutely love it. So I can't see myself going anywhere for a while. I'm in it for bottom line the next 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Life change.
I could see you also like being like an educator in your space, like a very big name in your space that you go around the world and you educate people on what you've done. You know,
absolutely.
I think you could.
Brick and mortar business is very important, and the trades is extremely important.
For sure.
And we need more men to step up and make sure that we have that infrastructure for the future. Because robots are probably coming soon to do work out there manually.
Yep.
But for the next at least 20 years, we need this gap to be filled.
Yeah.
So, I want to be somebody in that space that is known for making sure that blue collar work's being appreciated and that we're striving to help the world,
How big is your team right now?
85 this winter. Yeah, we're just clocking in under 100. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a big ship.
But think about how many lives you're impacting.
Yeah, man, we feed a lot of families.
I know.
And I constantly, tell that to my team as well. You know, when somebody might be making a mistake inside the business and they're quite a high position up, like this isn't just impacting you, I tell them, and your family. You're impacting everybody else.
It's true.
You're impacting me. You're impacting your coworker there. You're impacting the operators. You're impacting that manager. Like when you are not successfully running your department, when you grew into that position, took it by the horns, were successful with it, and then you decided to fall off a bit and you're not doing your job, you stopped hurting yourself. You're hurting everybody else. And we won't let that happen for long because there's families getting fed here. There's people that want to make, real life success out of working with us and want to grow with us. And that I will not put up with because as soon as it starts hurting the business, that means it hurts everybody else.
For sure.
I won't do that shit.
What do you think? Because you're obviously the team leader.
Yep.
Right? What have you learned about leadership the last few years?
Oh my gosh, it's been so many things. There's a couple of things. I think that being absolutely resilient in front of your men is something that's really important. Setting the tone to being known as the hardest worker is something that's important. Waking up the earliest, going to bed the latest, and kind of repeating that cycle to make sure that you're leading your team to know that you work hard with them. Yeah. Okay. Patience, instilling patience in everybody is a very important component. Positivity, and just always being there to making sure that if something goes wrong, we all learn together. Yeah. We can't beat ourselves up and say, well, we could have did this, we could have did this, we could have did that. It's over. We fucked up. The problems happen. We have a solution for it. We learned our lesson. We're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. So leading through that lens has been important. And then just showing your team what it's like to leave nothing in the tank. Yeah. Like just when you got absolutely nothing left, it resembles. But I think what's most important for yourself as a leader is making sure that you work harder when you're by yourself and when nobody is watching at all. Mm-hmm. I think it's important for yourself. Okay.
It says a lot about your character.
Yeah, it's very important. It's not about, filling the ego and making sure that your team sees how hard you work or you letting them know how hard you work and how long you work. It doesn't matter. It's something that I think you need to do for yourself first. So when you could prove to yourself that you could put in the hours that you say you want to put in or the hours that you tell other people, it's something important you got to do for yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
So that many employees, how have you been able to, I guess, instill your vision for the company with them, because you want them to believe in everything you believe in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they stay motivated. They stay hungry as well. They work for someone they believe in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for a mission they believe in. With that many employees, how has it been difficult for you to kind of make sure that vision is constantly being reminded to everyone? Because it's not like you're going in there and then talking to everyone one-on-one every day,
No,
right? So it's kind of like,
it's something that we just kind of strive with on the leadership team.
okay.
But then from the leadership team down to the supervisors, if you will, and lower management, it's something that gets spread from them down, which everybody knows. And I think that social media really shows that too.
True.
Like, you got to remember, Ernesto, we come from a small hometown. Like, and it feels like when you're there long enough, it feels like it's the only place on planet Earth. It does.
What's the population there?
80,000.
Wow.
Maybe 75. Between 70 and 80,000. It's a small town.
That
So
is small, yeah.
when they see Stefano Narducci, they know about me in high school and my upbringing and who I was and what I did back home. And they see the business that we're running and the media to back it too. Everybody wants to come work with us, man. Everybody wants to see what's going on. What the hell did this kid do different than me? Yep. I was in high school with him. Like, we were doing the same shit. He dropped out. Yeah. What the fuck? You know what I mean? So we attract a lot of people to come work with us. Like, I mean, we have lineups. Like, like labor is not short.
Yeah.
Okay. You build a strong culture and you could back your business with some content to let everybody know organically what you have going on. You will attract talent. If you're naturally a good leader and you run a good company and you showcase that as well, man, we got people that we just had an operator come from Toronto and he came to do schooling and he looked at me and he's like, there was no way I was coming here to do schooling and I wasn't operating a machine for you.
Wow.
Like, I've been watching you since you first started on YouTube. So the biggest impact for building a strong culture and also attracting the best people possible was because of media. Like, we wouldn't have got our partner Anthony if it wasn't for media.
Wow.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have got a lot of things if it weren't for media.
Well, I think like the media side is probably the most important for the scaling side.
200%.
Right? And the hiring side. Obviously, we do the same. Like, people come to us because they see our storytelling, they see us online. Oh, they're cool. I already feel like I know them. Let me go work with them. The thing I'm thinking is, like, you did it in such a space that it hasn't been done before. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, oh, like, that snow removal company is so cool. I want to go work there. Mm-hmm. No one's ever said that before you started your, no one.
Ever. No, I have people tell me all the time, like, they're like, it just looks like so much fun. Like, I just kind of want to come there and rip a machine for a snow event.
For sure.
You know?
So let's talk about the media, because you do have a content machine.
Yeah.
You have your personal brand, which I want to dive into.
Please.
You have the YouTube for the business where you're just storytelling, vlogging, showing the day-to-day. So when did you start all that?
It would have been this time in 2022.
Okay. And maybe talk about, obviously we've spoken about it a bit, how important it is, but how important it's been for the growth of your company.
Well, I mean, it's
like, even personal brand wise, because your personal brand too, it's showing more of you. Mm-hmm. You kind of remove the business a bit. I'm a business guy, but I'm also human.
I think it's been very impactful in a sense. I'll talk about what it's done to the outside, and then I'll talk about what it's done to the inside for us as a company.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is that it showed other entrepreneurs what is possible. Okay. No investing. Nobody gave me money. Nobody gave my partner money. We started this from the ground up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I really, really appreciate that I'm able to even share my story. Like, it's never been a better time to be alive. Mm-hmm. Okay. It never has been a better time. The fact that I'm able to go and videotape and share my journey as an entrepreneur from when I started to where I am right now and continuing, and I could just blast that online and people could watch it. It's just amazing because it shows the younger generation, current generation, and even older generation what is possible.
Yeah.
This is real. This is authentic. This is organic what we're doing. This ain't no bullshit. This is real behind the scenes of what we do and how we operate and run a business. You know? And being able to share that feels very natural to me. And I know it's making an impact. I see it. I see young kids starting businesses in the blue collar space, landscaping, snow removal, et cetera, or just straight up just copy and pasting what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's why I put the videos out. Please copy and paste.
True.
Do what you need to do. There's enough money out there for everybody. There's enough growth for everybody out there. And I'd like to just see more people step into this industry, because I feel like we're lacking. I think that more people in this industry could definitely start creating more content, because it's important to know and show more behind the scenes, like what men are doing and women with their hands. Like it's not something to look down on. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, people don't appreciate what men and women do in blue collar.
Well, I think you're making the whole industry cool again.
Yeah, it's a good industry.
You know, no, that's for me. When I look at the content side, it's just because you're also the face of the business.
Yeah.
Right. Like, which is cool
Yep.
because, like, again, I just like to compare and look at the traditional way of doing things versus the modern. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I never really saw a snow removal company with a face that like you would know. Which again, huge play, right? Huge play for you.
Yeah.
Which again, you know how much it impacts. Like your personal brand has probably helped tons. I mean, you're here because of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're sitting here because of it. In terms of content, how much content are you actually pushing out? Because I want to show people the scale of this.
Yeah.
And how much are you actually shooting every day?
Okay, so this is crazy because people probably underestimate it and they think it's very easy, and I probably make it look easy, but it's been very difficult, and it's taken me a long time to even get up to this bandwidth. But right now we're filming on average 20 to 30 hours a week, straight film.
Wow.
Straight film. Like, but not filming sitting in a seat, like run and gun, dealing with problems, unscripted, not knowing what's going to happen next. Sometimes some embarrassing moments that we don't end up putting out because it's like, holy shit, did that actually just happen? And we got it. So pretty much we vlog. My daily schedule is I wake up at 4 a.m. And I work through a priority of what's most important.
Okay.
So what's the nucleus to what I got going on is my business. So I got to focus on that first. 4 a.m. to 12, I fill that whole time slot with working on the business. Quiet, nobody bothers me. I do it from home.
Nice.
I come into the office around 12. And then from 12 to 4, 5, sometimes 6 p.m. in the afternoon, we just do straight filming.
Wow.
But I make it authentic in a sense that I just go about working operationally with the company.
Yeah.
And so I'm still working in the business.
You're just doing your day-to-day.
I'm just doing day-to-day. So I'm going touching base with shop. You know, I'm talking with Anthony, how's operations going? Or I'm talking with Mitch, hey, how's operations going? Where are we at? How many operators are we at? Okay, this fire came up. They want to bounce ideas off me as a soundboard. Like, hey, check out this new equipment. Let's give an overview of this. Let's go see the guys out in the field. And I not only learn things about the business, like, oh, that could be done more efficiently. Or I'm a soundboard for the guys and I give them a good problem solving solution, which is all great. But I learn so much more about the company doing that. And I get to share it with other people.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, being in front of the camera, we do it 4 days a week for that, 4 to 6 hour sessions. Sometimes we'll pop in a 5th day a week. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's what's required for us to get to our next goal.
Yeah. I love it, man. Honestly, I got some extra questions here, but what I want to do now is I want to have you manifest something. We ask our guests to manifest on episode. Something you want to come to life in the next 3 to 5 years. You're going to look at the camera, be as detailed as you can, because when it comes to life, I'm going to have a clip of it. And I'm going to post them and say, this guy said it years ago on the spot. I know it's on the spot, but come on.
I think the biggest thing that I want to manifest within the next decade, yeah, we're talking decade. Okay, so the biggest thing I want to manifest within the next decade is to scale our business to multi-locations across North America. So not just Canada, but USA as well. And become the first snow removal business that exceeds $100 million in top line.
Let's go.
Absolutely. I think we could do it in less than 10. Yeah.
I think so.
We're going to do it in less than 10.
The way that you're moving right now, like you're going fast.
Absolutely.
I have some scenarios for you. I'm going to give you a scenario and you tell me what you would do as the business owner. Okay. One of your longest standing clients calls mid-storm. They're furious. Their driveway didn't get service yet. Your routes are slammed. Staff is tired. How do you de-escalate and solve this?
Well, do you want to know the current solution that we have in place for that?
Yeah.
So we got field supervisors.
Okay.
This is something we used to deal with.
Okay.
So we have a solution that's put in place for this. So for example, somebody has a dialysis appointment, very important. Or they're a cancer patient, very important.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that doctors, any sort of emergency service worker, with the amount of snow we get back home, sometimes the end of the driveways are this high, and if you don't have the proper vehicle, you ain't getting out. So what we do is for every 10 operators we have one field supervisor operator that makes sure the other 10 underneath them are functioning properly, but they're also there for emergencies. So how we would de-escalate the situation is we'd take the phone call or take the inbound message that comes in through whatever channel of support, and we would make sure that field supervisor gets sent there right away to take care of that customer.
Wow.
And having that bang, 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 bang support, even if their house 105 out of 120, they're at the end of the route, let's say, and they need to get out ASAP because of that particular reason. They're unhappy, and not only are they unhappy, they actually have a valid reason that they need to get out ASAP. We're going to send that field supervisor there ASAP.
Okay, so you have like a backup plan.
Absolutely.
Unreal. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, worst case.
You're showing up with a shovel, no?
I've done it. I
could imagine.
I've done it, man. That's like worst case.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's not scalable. That's not going to happen forever. But
course.
if I'm filming, I'm out there and I got some time and it's like that bad, and it's, to save somebody from not missing their chemo appointment or dialysis or anything that's hospital related. Yeah, I'll go bust the shovel out. I don't care if it takes me 30 minutes. I've done it. I've done it with Eric, my shop manager. We've been there. Sure.
I believe it. All right. You notice a team member who's been loyal for years and is now underperforming. They're dragging morale down. Do you coach, restructure, or fire them? Walk us through the decision.
I started with, because this has happened, I started with restructuring just to realize that coaching was the right answer. Communication's everything, every human, whether it's a customer or an employee, just wants to be heard. Yeah. They want to be talked to. They need somebody to solve their problems for them sometimes that they can't find the right answer to. Yeah. Coaching ultimately would be your best answer to making sure that if they're that good, they're a star player, and maybe they start going downhill and they're killing morale, it's going to come down to the coaching, absolutely. Because they were once so good for you.
True.
Why can't they get back to that point, if not be better? Yeah. It's because maybe something might be going on with them personally. Okay, so I've done that before, or maybe they feel a certain way and they haven't been able to express it, and you got to get that out of them. So I've had this happen where, somebody was underperforming, and then right away you figure in your head, you're like, oh shit, okay, right guy, wrong seat, wrong position of the company. Let's move him from here to over here because that's what we think he excels better at. But all it was a tremendously hard conversation that could have been taken, which maybe would have been an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and ultimately would have saved even the company an extra hire, and a lot of stress as well. Yeah.
But you said the key part, it's an extremely difficult conversation.
Yeah.
That you're trying to go around. Right?
The harder the conversations you could have in life, the further you'll go.
There you go.
Point blank, period.
Even earlier on in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. And that's the hard one, is like confronting somebody who's been an A player and let them know, like, hey, bro, you suck. Like, you're playing at a C level. Yeah. And that's where I go back to, like, do you not know how serious this is? You're affecting the business now, which means you're hurting everybody else's family. Yeah. Okay. You can't be this star player for us and be in this high seat in the company, managing all these people underneath you and not be performing. Yeah. We need performance. And if the seat's not for you, express that. We'll find another place for you. For sure. Don't just drag the morale and start not doing anything. For sure. Talk. So communication's everything.
I think the communication on both ends is important. Yep.
You got to get it out of them though. Right? Sometimes you just avoid it and you're like, we'll just find somebody else and move them here.
For sure. But that also comes to like you as a leader. Like some leaders are more approachable than others. And I feel like you've created that culture where it's like, yo, we're family. Like if you feel something, come talk to me. Yeah. Kind of vibe. Right. Yeah. So I think that's important because there's a lot of leaders that aren't approachable though, where it's like, fuck, I never spoke to you because I can't speak to you. Right. That's
the thing. I feel like a lot of people end up going into having a really toxic life, not working at the place they want to because maybe once it was good and then it ended up changing a bit and they never expressed how they felt because they were maybe scared of their boss. Yeah. That's not right. If you're building an environment like that, just forget about it. It ain't going to last.
Well, I think this scenario could apply to you like right now, to be honest. Okay. Your business is growing fast. It's the start of winter season. You have two options. Option A, you take on 1,000 more contracts, meaning massive revenue upside, but you'll need more tractors, staff, and you'll have more debt. Or option B, play it safe, keep the current client base, and guarantee smoother operations, less stress, and a clean season.
So we're taking option B as of right now. We could have went on the, aggressive growth again for another year, but this year I wanted to take things a bit slower.
Okay.
All my time and focus went into building a better service experience for the customer and to hire the best talent possible
Okay.
to operate our machines, as well as into innovation.
Okay.
Two-way cameras in the tractors, gravel solution for our customers so we don't continue to keep blowing rocks, new technology. We are triple in management this year, triple.
Wow. From last year.
Yeah, we've hired probably over $250,000 more in staff internally, maybe about $300,000 worth more internally. Wow. Plus, we poured about on the innovation side for our customers, probably another $250,000.
Wow.
So everything is gone towards giving our customers a better experience and hiring the best talent possible.
Okay.
Making a toxic culture that people just can't get away from.
Yep.
And, making it just a great, safe, awesome environment to work in.
Yeah. So you're kind of looking at this year as like, let's just keep everything we have, but just dial in everything way more.
Yes.
Better this, make that better, make that better. But in terms of scaling, you're like, no, this year we can.
More strategic approach. Yeah. I've went through the pain. Like with massive, massive growth, you are going to experience pain.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
This year, we're going to grow slightly, but it's not going to be a massive jump for us. Nothing that we're not used to anyways. And with the infrastructure we've put in place and all the changes we've made, I could confidently say that we're gonna knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
But if I say, hey, we're going to scale to 6,000 driveways this year, forget about trying to remodel the business, forget about trying to scale to a new location, and forget about trying to do any more than what we're doing right now, because all of our bandwidth is going to go to the new problems that come with growth, because it's inevitable.
Yep.
You are not going to grow without problems.
Of course.
Point blank period. So I grew last year and we had a lot of problems with the unexpected snow year that we got, which was insane. And that took a lot of bandwidth of not being able to scale past the point of getting out of Sault Ste. Marie. So we want to build a better back end and front end to our service. And we also want to dial in how we're going to make this a bigger, better company.
Yeah. Love it. All right, we're going to do some rapid fire.
Yeah, rapid. Let's do it.
Keep it rapid. What's the biggest waste of money you've ever made in business?
Oh, I thought you were going to say personally.
Yeah, listen, it could be personally too.
I would say that it was when we decided to buy 22 John Deeres, skipped our dealership here, not here, but in Sault Ste. Marie, skipped out on our dealership in Sault Ste. Marie, bought 22 John Deeres with interest during COVID,
wow.
Which ultimately ended up costing us not just like 1 year of pain, but like multiple years of pain, which probably equated to somewhere in the few hundred thousands of dollars. That was money lost. Because all we had to do, we had it right from day one. Because we have a very streamlined fleet. Everything's kind of the same.
Okay. We
had a setup that worked. That was with Kubota. That was 0% financing that we got right from our own dealer. And then we're like, no. We want the John Deere. Let's skip our dealer. Let's order from Ottawa. Got 22 John Deeres from Ottawa at high interest rates, very high interest rates. A lot of them was used equipment because we were purchasing through COVID, so it was hard to get equipment.
Yeah.
And it ended up just biting us in the ass. I still got 6 of those machines to this day that are parked to the side that I'm trying to sell. Out of the 22, I sold majority of them. We only have 6 left. But that mistake ultimately probably costed us, I can't quantify it, but somewhere around a few $100,000.
Well, you're not going to make the mistake again.
Maybe even more, yeah. No, never. And then on a personal level, I bought a BMW X6M.
Okay.
Competition.
Sick.
Wow. What a car. 2 months I had it.
Yeah.
Could have kept it, but just realized that it was a really stupid investment.
Yeah.
So I just
cars usually are, bro.
I got rid of it right away.
I know.
It just wasn't.
That always happens with you get your car and then you drive it for a month and you're like, oh, did I really like do all this for this feeling that I don't have anymore?
Yeah.
I know.
It doesn't last long.
What's one piece of equipment you'll never cheap out on?
The tractor.
Facts.
I mean, point blank simple. We pimp them out as best as we can. We keep putting money in them to make them.
They look sick though. They look sick.
Yeah, we got them pimped, dude. Yeah. It's like when I look at it, it's like reminds me of like a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah,
because it's just modified. Like they're not a tractor. It's a snow tractor. It's not an agricultural tractor. You got the snow tires, front mount weights, accumulator on the rear, certain setup of lights, particular blower on the back, and then we customize them too to make them our own. We have a 100-point checklist. 100-point checklist
to custom
to make it our custom way. 100 points. but you wouldn't even be able to tell what 80 of them out of the 100 are when you look at it visually, when you pick it up from the dealer. So when we get it from the dealer, it's already kind of snow equipped, has everything set, ready to go pretty well for the most part. But just from learning so many things over the year, and good is never good enough. We want to be great. The smallest thing we put on this list to make sure that it's not a bottleneck out in the field during operations, or that we get more value out of our equipment long-term, or we make the operator experience better, et cetera, et cetera.
True.
I've learned so much over these last 5 years that any little thing that we could change that puts us ahead,
you're going to do it.
Because if every single thing was 1%, and we got 100 points on this list, that means we're 100% better than the person to the left who's trying to compete with us.
True.
So I show everything but that. There's a lot of it along the way that you kind of get. But
okay, so how much is a truck valued at? What are the tractors?
The snow full tractor setup.
Without your customization.
We'll just call it 100.
Yeah. And then customizing it?
It costs us probably another 10, 15 on top. 10.
But that's...
We've got the cost down though.
But I'm saying, like, it's impressive that you guys care to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm saying, you're spending another 10, 15K on a truck when you already have it. It can clean the snow.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, no, like from the dealer, it could clean, but we do it to have less operational stress, make the operator experience better, and, downtime, et cetera, value.
True. What's harder, snow season or lawn season?
Oh, come on, man.
Which one? Come on.
Snow season.
Snow season, eh?
You can't even debate.
How many hours a week do you work?
Well, it's quite straightforward. We go from 4 a.m. Till 6 p.m. When I'm home, I'm still kind of maybe taking some calls in between, but I try to spare at least an hour or two for my wife. I'm hitting the bed by 8 o'clock. So I would say that 14 hours a day. Yeah. Weekends are the same.
Yep.
Weekends are the same. Sometimes I might sleep in a little bit on the weekend till about 7. Yep. Which feels nice sometimes. And then same thing, I'll just kind of follow that same agenda, minus the filming.
Okay.
Hours though? What is that for hours?
Was it 14? What did you say? 15?
I don't know. We're probably doing like 14 to 16 a day. Yeah, 14 to 16 a day. It feels like 14. Let's say
14.
14 times 7. I'm not a good numbers guy like that off the fly.
I usually am.
It's a lot.
7 times 4 is 28. So add 28. 168 or something.
We'll call it 100.
You guys fact check us. Let us know.
Whatever it is. A lot.
All right. Tell me about your lowest moment and how you got out of it.
Do you want the whole story?
I want it.
It's long.
We're here.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Like I said, I want to.
It happened recently, and I haven't been able to talk about it. And all my friends and family and everybody around me is like, hey, like you should really go on a podcast and talk about.
Oh, let's go! You should have told me this at the start.
We're here. Okay. Lowest point.
Yeah.
This time last year, going into our 5th season, 4,200 contracts, and this was something that I could have never prepared for because we got the most amount of snow that Sault Ste. Marie's ever seen in over a decade.
Okay.
I've only been in business for 5.
Yeah.
So I built my company around what I was used to. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Why would I over-index on equipment and raise the prices and do all these things if like this is kind of what the winters are? Mm-hmm. So I built my business around what I knew the winters looked like.
Okay. Until
we got killed. Okay.
Okay.
So it's November. I don't know. Let's say I think it was the 22nd or 25th, whatever it may have been, somewhere in that gap. I'm out at the dealership grabbing a big jug of oil, just doing some more prep work. Still no snow. I'm like, when the fuck is it gonna snow, man? Like, when is it coming? Like, it's gotta come soon here. That day was 6 degrees. Sun was out. Grass looked like it was still growing. Puddles were wet. Like, this snow ain't coming anytime soon. 24 hours from that period, we had probably about 30 to 40 centimeters on the ground. Like this. Bang.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't just snow. It was cement. It was like that warm, slushy, heavy snow. We call it lake effect. But lake effect with very warm conditions. Okay. So it was like extra bad. So here we are battling. Okay. And this is where it gets absolutely ugly. This didn't stop for 22 days. Straight, bro. Straight. Not like that amount of snow every day, but like
Snowing.
that we had to go out for service every day.
Yeah.
So it started with 30 that first day.
Okay.
Okay. And it continued another 30 the next day, and then another 20 the next day. And then it kind of dimmered off, and it was like 5-10 centimeters, 5-10 centimeters, 5-10 centimeters all along the way, some with a 20 centimeter cap in there. For like, yeah, it was 22 days straight. Because there was a couple days after the large storm that happened for over 2 weeks that we were just chasing cleanups. Like it just, graders were out, grading streets, getting hard packed off the road, and it just didn't stop. So throughout that period, what happened was, not only was it the most snow I've ever seen, our business started to crumble in front of our eyes, like truthfully, right in front of us. And how that happened was from a human resource standpoint. Okay. It's like when you're out in the field, or not out in the field, but war. You have guys start dying. That's it. Your human resources are done. It doesn't matter how many bullets you got, how many tractors you got, what you got going on, how many guns. If you don't got the humans in them or behind them, you're done. Yeah. And that's what started happening. So I watched day one. We had enough operators to fill every seat. To day 2, we had just enough. To day 3, we were short 5 machines. To day 4, we were short 10 machines. To day 5, we were short like 12, almost 15. And throughout that period, me and my partner are just hopping in machines trying to make everything we can happen. So while this is happening, you got to remember what's going through my head. If we are lacking human resources, we're not going to be able to service the customers in time. What happens if you don't service the customers in time? They want a refund. You get enough refunds. What happens? You default. That's it. Bankruptcy. Yeah. So this is going through my mind. I'm like, I never seen this much snow. I don't have enough manpower. Okay. I think we had the right amount of equipment. I could say confidently it was the manpower that was killing us. Okay. And we over prepare always. So we go into the season making sure that we always have enough guys. Okay. We went into that season with 48 machines, and we had like 52 guys with some backups. Okay. We made it happen for the first couple, but you got to remember in the beginning of the season, you get the guys that are a little bit wet behind the ears that it's not for them, and they quit. They just quit, right? True. So you got to make sure that you're ready for that. I didn't expect the snow to continue for that many days in a row. So we had operations going on 14, 16 hours a day, battling the snow while these guys were quitting. I didn't sleep for like days and days and days on end. 30 minutes here, sleeping in the truck with my feet on the dash with a little bit of heat for like 20 minutes in between. We went for what felt like a month straight, but it was a blink. And there was just moments, I remember. Just moments. One moment of day 4, I was looking in the yard. We had snow like I'd never seen in my life before. And I'm just looking at 12 machines, roughly, all started. Not a body in them. Wow. You got to think about that from a percentage. We got 48 machines. We ended up getting 50 by the end of the year, but we have 48 machines. 12 are missing. Think about what's happening operationally. Now all your other guys are working double time because we're short. So to me at that moment, I'm like, that's it. That's it. Like if it just keeps continuing like this, we're going to be screwed. Yeah. So then we had to pull the impossible. And this is what the impossible looked like. Me, my partner, every single person we had on deck throughout our team, plus our operators, were out there. We pulled off like 2 days or 3 days of like 18-hour shifts in a tractor. Holy straight. Shit. My hand to God. And we had to, make sure our human resources stayed around for the guys that did endure with us. We were paying them bonuses. We were giving them money, handing out money all over the place. Keep coming in. We need you. We need you. Our business is going to crumble without you. We didn't tell them that. Yeah. Like, what it looked like on camera, if you watch the videos, is I was smiling ear to ear. Hey, man, great job. Wow. Like you did an excellent job out there, man. Like amazing. There was guys who even did damages. I knew they did damages. I looked at them like, what a job you did today. Yeah. And little did they know in the back of their head that they hit a garage door earlier that day. And they're like, what the fuck is this guy telling me I did a good job for? It wasn't about that. I needed every single person I could to be able to get through this. Yeah. So I was giving them money. I was making sure that the leadership was there, that I was happy, being positive, but I was pedaling inside, pedaling. Yeah. And it was good. We kept everybody around, and then I pulled the impossible off with me and my core team. My operations manager was up for like 3 days at this point. Didn't leave the shop. Highly illegal, I think, everything we're doing, but we had to make it happen. Yep. We're emergency service at that point. I'm like, we are so short on staff. We gotta do training classes. So I hop on the computer right away and I start going through the resumes we have and I start calling them. Every single one. I'm like, can you come in tonight at 1:00? I'll pay you X, Y, and Z. I'm going to show you how to use the machine in 30 minutes and you're going to go out tonight with us. Wow. We did that for 3 days straight. Okay.
Damn.
Just rotating, no sleep, just like, just it's crazy what your brain could do. And we just kept going. So one night we ended up hiring like 5 operators. We gave them basic training, shot them in that night. They came and performed with us, did it the second day and the third day. And that's what got us through that 22-day bender. Then the snow settled for a bit. Holidays came around. We had some time to breathe and regroup. Okay. We just kind of get to the end of the storm. My partner, Nick, comes up to me and he's like, yo, you wouldn't believe it. And like, at this point, I know how much money we've lost. We've damaged a bunch of stuff.
Like, how much are you down at that point?
Like, so down that late December, like it looked like we weren't making it to the end of the snow season with how much money we had left. Like we weren't, for sure. And we still had January, February, March to go. And sometimes we get some snow in April. So we still had 3.5, 4 months of season left. And I'm like, we have gotten the most snow that we've ever seen in literally less than a month than we've ever seen in a whole year for the last 5 years. So you got to think about it. We've never prepared for that. We don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is we get a tax bill. My partner comes to see me. He's like, yo, we got a tax bill from the CRA for $250,000. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like there's no way. There is no fucking way we do. He's like, no, man, I swear to God, I'm not lying to you. It was just under $250,000. So that was just like, we got through it. Then that hit me in the face. And I was like, there's no way this is happening to me. Then we fast forward to February. Okay. Still snowing here and there. Most snow I've ever seen in my life. Like I said, 600 centimeters we ended up getting by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So think about that in feet. That's 6 meter sticks.
Yeah.
So anyways, February rolls around, beginning of February. We have a contract. That's why we call them contract. And there's certain things that we put in place for our customers.
Okay.
Now, if we exceed 400 centimeters of total accumulation, we could then issue a surcharge for these once in a decade snow years.
Okay.
Why? So that we don't go to business.
Yeah, obviously, of course.
Because we can't predict the weather. We predict the weather based off what we know, and then that's how we suit our business around it. So we issue surcharge, to our customers. We calculated as a business about 59 centimeters at the time. So 59 centimeters over the 400 centimeter mark that we have issued in our contract. We fire this off to all our customers. We give them a heads up the day before. We go and issue it the second day. And this is where some magic starts happening, okay? In a bad way. It keeps getting worse.
Okay.
I swear to God. I don't know how, but anyways. Surcharge gets issued. 2,000 of our customers pay within about 24, 48 hours.
Okay.
But Facebook's going crazy. People are losing their mind, disputing it. We went off our own in-house measurements.
Okay.
Just because when we went to go look at what government in Canada was putting out, it was like strongly incorrect.
Way off.
Way off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that goes against our contract because we state in our contract that we stand behind Environment Canada, which is the government's website on what they have. They had a lot less than 400. Okay. But we had a lot more than 400. And we said, fuck it. We're going to try it anyways. It's the only way we can keep the lights on at this place.
Yeah.
Because we were like 2 months away from running out of money. So we say, screw it. We send it out. It gets sent. 2,000 of our 4,200 customers pay, but then the rest are going crazy. Okay. They're going absolutely nuts. Sue Today's calling me. It's like a news article. I don't know what they call it in Toronto here, but local news and they want me to speak. Okay. They put us as this big fraud in the hometown and all this sort of stuff. Article's still there. They had me come forward and speak about what we did and all these different horrible things that looked like we were trying to take money from people, but we actually weren't.
Yeah.
We were trying to save our company.
Wow.
And we were trying to use our contract because it was all we had left, even with our own in-house measurements.
Yeah.
So there we are. And this is day 3 now. This is where it gets ugly. I have a group of these women come up to my shop. Moms.
Wow.
Moms. Okay. I mean, listen, we all love women, but moms are
angry moms.
Oh my God.
That's the most dangerous
I
species.
never knew what they were. Okay. So they come in the door. 3 of them. And this other younger girl that I went to high school with, which made it extra weird. 2 of them are holding a camera, filming me. And the other one has a stack of papers like this big. And they're like, Stefano, can we talk to you in private? I'm like, yeah, sure. What's with the cameras? Well, we just want to make sure that whatever you say is truthful. And if you don't, then pretty much we're going to publicize it in so many words. So they bring me into my boardroom. Well, I bring them to my boardroom.
Yeah.
They got their cameras out, like just their phones, right? And they're filming. This one girl slides this big stack of paper across the table to me. And she's like, listen, we're going to make this simple. We got a massive group chat on Facebook with a bunch of moms and other women from Sault Ste. Marie. We are going to perform a class action lawsuit against you with the minority of people that we do have if you do not rightfully dismiss the surcharge that you've hit however many customers that paid with it and however many more customers you're trying to get it from. So you're going to choose right now here on camera with these stack of papers. The stack of papers here identify that your numbers are incorrect. And historically, they brought historical data of snow
Holy
events.
shit.
They brought everything to just, they brought a class action lawsuit booklet, the whole nines. And I just made it simple. I looked at them. I was like, listen, I care about my customers. Just handle it like a champ. They were all customers of mine too. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys bringing this forward. I understand that I went against my own contract. I just said the truth. I went against my own contract and I used my measurements, not the government of Canada's measurements, which were wrong, but I went against my contract. Point blank period. So I said, listen, we're going to issue a refund. Every single person who's paid is going to get their money back. And we did that for the next 3 days straight. We had people helping us. It was a lot of manual work getting all the money back to them. And we put out this big PA announcement, whatever.
Yeah.
Put out this huge announcement to the city of Sault Ste. Marie and got another article out saying, hey, we've given everybody their money back. We are going to continue to service everybody's driveway no matter how much it snows.
Wow.
So now it's like, you're probably wondering.
So you just doubled down on.
You're wondering. You're like,
yeah. Where's the money though?
What the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to run out of money.
Yeah.
So this is the inside job and game plan I have in the back of my head. I'm like, okay, so we're going to run out of money in a couple months. How the hell are we going to save this company if it continues to snow miserably, which it ended up still snowing crazy. We ended up getting another 120 centimeters after February. It's a lot more snow. I'm like, I'm going to run renewals early. I'm going to build a whole new pricing model. I'm going to make sure I increase the prices so that we could sustain another winter like this if it were to happen again.
Yeah.
And build a better business. And I'm going to run renewals early. I'm going to, put this whole campaign together. I'm going to put this whole strategy together. And I'm going to run renewals like late March, early April.
Very smart.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I left out a part two right after the surcharge. And this was like this was the driver home. It was like mid-February. My mom calls me. She's like, your dad's not doing the best. The doctor wants to talk to us. And he's in palliative care, about to be in palliative care at this point. And I'm like, okay, we go see the doctors. And my mom was there, and I think my brother was on FaceTime, and we're with the doctors, and they're like, your dad has 2 weeks left to live. And I'm like, oh shit. Like this just got,
What?
Yeah, swear to God.
Wow.
I'm like, how much worse could it really get?
Yeah.
This was a little bit later in February.
Uh-huh.
So after all the surcharge stuff, maybe a week later. And, things froze for a bit, but I knew there was only one thing I could do, At that time, I was watching my dad. Like he was pretty much like he was close to like what seemed like in a coma state. He was on palliative care, and he was in really, really bad shape. And I'm like, the only thing I could do at this point, what felt right to me is like I just got to go as hard as I fucking can, to save this company. Try to support my family, and just I'm gonna do what my dad would want me to do, and just absolutely work my skull off to save this business and to continue to be successful. So that's when I kind of moved forward with the model of like, I'm going to save this company by putting out renewals early.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward to the end of March, early April, we fired off in the campaign. The marketing went out, and we ended up collecting probably $600,000 in revenue that month of April by running a very strategic campaign.
Wow.
And saved the business.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about your pops.
Yeah, you know what? He's still alive.
Wow.
I swear to God, he's still alive.
Damn.
Swear to God.
What did he? What was?
He's got like the last stage of dementia.
Okay.
So at the time, he was in the hospital for a year. My dad's young. He's only 60. He just turned 64. But he's in the hospital for a year, and he's struggled with a lot of different illnesses the last like 14 years. And it was 1 year up to pretty much February that he was in there, close to. And I'm like, you know, when's this guy ever going to get out? And he just kept getting worse in the
Yeah.
hospital and worse and worse and worse. And I just kept watching him lose his mental more and more. He went from like knowing me, having lunch, to like 8 months later, could barely even, he looked like he didn't know me. He couldn't even say my name. So things got bad there quick. And they pretty much told us, hey, like your dad's being vacuumed, which means like when you have dementia, you don't know how to swallow.
Okay.
Your muscles stop working.
Okay.
So what happens is when you're swallowing, you end up choking. So they have to like suction you.
Okay.
So they were suctioning him to stop him from choking, which means that you're at the last stage and you don't have long to live. So once you stop eating and you stop swallowing, you eventually die. Yeah. So they're like, that's why they deemed him 2 weeks. And my mom, she's such a resilient woman. Like she's just she's just a beast, you know, like, you know, Italian moms, right? With a little bit of conversation between the family, we said, there's no way this guy only has 2 weeks. Like he looked really bad, but like, we just didn't believe it.
Yeah.
So my mom put her foot down. She's like, get him off the palliative care, get him off all the medication, and get him the fuck out of this hospital. I don't trust you guys anymore.
Wow.
We got him out of the hospital, got him to a nursing home. And, you know, here we are, 8 months later, 9 months later, he's bounced back quite a bit.
Wow.
So he's not in a bed anymore. He's up. He could move his hands a bit. He wasn't moving at all. And he could say some very simple words. He is still very ill, but he could say some simple words, and he's eating good. So yeah, man, my dad's
a miracle.
He's a Terminator. Four silent heart attacks too along his journey. So he's had stints 8 stints, 4 different operations.
Wow. He's a beast.
Yeah, man, he's a Terminator.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah. No, my dad, although the relationship was difficult when we were younger because he was sick, so he was battling his own demons. I couldn't have asked for a better dad.
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
I think all that stuff, you know, from the storm to that whole situation with business to your dad, I truly believe that stuff all happens for a reason, you know, because that locked you in at that time, obviously.
Locked me in.
Right? When it comes to the snow and that whole thing, you learned about your own contract. You learned how to make sure that never happens again. You're going to be in this business another 20 years. You're just getting started. So to learn a lesson like that fast, it's good.
Bang, bro.
You rather learn it now than in 10 years when you're massive.
Listen, I wouldn't take back that entire winter and everything that happened to me for any sort of monetary money you could give me. It taught me more about myself and my business and everything and everybody around me than I've ever learned in my whole life. It was like it was so meant to be, you know?
It was a pivotal moment for you, bro. Like
Absolutely.
we have those in life, right? Like those come and it's just about how we react. You could have just easily said, fuck all this. I'm quitting. Default to business. This is not worth it. Go down a whole other path.
Yep.
If you really wanted to.
Yep.
It's crazy because I was in an Uber coming here today, right? And I'm talking to the Uber. I had a great chat with him.
I love it. Uber talks are good.
The best talks. So I'm talking to him. Such a nice guy, Nigerian guy. So I'm talking to him and he's telling me, hey, I love your energy. We're talking about business. I told him about our podcast. And then he goes, you know one thing about successful people that I realized? And I go, what is it? And he goes, they all had one moment where they should have quit. He didn't say could have. He actually said should have quit. Like in anyone's right mind, they would have.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
At that time and point, yeah.
So I think that was your moment that you're going to look back on the decades to come and be like, that was that time. Now, maybe you have another hard moment coming in 5 years with business. Who knows? It'll be a different kind of problem. But you'll always look at that moment like you're most pivotal in your career, most likely.
It was the best thing that ever happened.
Because I sit down with guys who are 3 times your age and they'll still bring up that time they were 24 and something changed their whole life.
That was it right there.
I know.
And I'll never forget that. And what we've done from this last winter that's passed to where we are right now, it's feel like we've rebuilt the entire business, and we actually have. Like it's just insane. It's a whole different company.
Of course.
And I just wouldn't have done any of that if I didn't go through those hard times.
Bro,
So
think about how much stronger you became during that time. That's like a huge,
way different person.
right? There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling that story though. We needed that story. I'm happy we didn't.
Thank you for the debrief.
100%.
Yeah.
Back to the rapid fire. What's one thing you still struggle with as a leader today?
Finding enough time for everyone.
Yeah, I think that's always
Because it's like, you know, my heart's so big, and I want to make sure that all my guys are, they have the time to talk to me about either life or a business problem, or maybe they just want to strategize, or they want to get visionary with me, whatever. I want to be able to give them all the time. But as I continue to keep growing and scaling, I realize that's it's just narrowing and narrowing and narrowing. And the thing that hurts me the most is that, I pretty much got people now behind me or underneath me that are taking care of that for me. And it feels right because it's the right thing to continue forward. But you want to
be part of it.
But it feels wrong to me. So yeah, being able to give more time as a leader would be beautiful.
Who's one person you want to make proud?
It always feels right to say your parents, of course.
Of course.
I think I've made them quite proud because, it's just, small town, not really a big household income. Just came from really nothing crazy at all. Just a very normal, standard, old school Italian family. And I think they're quite proud right now, but I think I need to make myself proud for sure.
What's one thing you've learned about yourself the last 5 years?
I just don't stop. I'm like the Terminator.
Yep. I agree.
I just keep going.
Money or fame?
Hit me hard. Well, what fame are we talking here? Like, are you talking about like fame in a sense of like people just know you for doing something cool, or fame in an essence where you're making a positive message out there to people?
I would say fame as like you have a lot of impact and influence.
Yeah, fame every time.
Yeah.
Over the money. Especially if I could help others.
True.
Yeah. And meet more people.
Yeah.
Expand network and just get to experience different things. Yeah, I'd take the fame over the money every time.
I love it. And our famous final question: does money buy happiness?
You know what? I thought you were gonna ask this too. It was funny. I was talking with my media partner Eric on the phone, and he pretty much said like, "What are you gonna say when they ask that?" And the analogy I gave to him was like, I want to say that money buys us options, and you always hear that from everybody. So I'm not trying to water that down. Money does buy us happiness, but money buys us options, right? Options are nice. They make us happier. But there's certain things as simple as like, okay, if I had the money to go and have like a $2,000 dinner, 11 course, or I had the option to go to Nunna's one more time because she's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Or even if she was around, and my Nonna had an 11-course meal, or my mom had an 11-course meal, or I could go blow $2,000 on an 11-course meal.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going every time, bro.
100%.
You know where I'm going every time.
But that your Nonna's and your mom's is better though too, to be honest.
It is. But like when we're talking money, so there's certain things like that. I mean,
I know what you're saying.
I've had really nice vehicles, and I've had vehicles that are beat up that are paid for, and I didn't feel a really monetary difference. If there's one thing I wish I had money for, was when I was younger, when my dad was struggling with his health issues, to be able to help him. So that's where the money could buy happiness, in my opinion. It buys you the option to, pay for some better health care so that you could live a better, longer, healthier life, take care of other people you love.
Yeah.
If you're battling cancer, being able to pay for better treatment. I think that when you go to a place of just wanting money for luxury reasons, it's just the novelty wears off.
Yeah.
We want the money in terms of being happy with it, by giving ourselves some more freedom and taking care of our loved ones and ourselves. Yeah. That's to me what makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of answers. Obviously, we've gotten every answer in the book.
Yeah. What do you define like
after hearing so many answers, like I really believe I think money emphasizes your character.
Yeah.
So I think if you're an asshole and you're poor, you're going to be an asshole when you're rich. And vice versa. If you're, if you don't have much money and let's say you're homeless, but you're a nice, very nice person, you'll probably be a nicer person with money. I think it buys happiness to an extent. I think it buys temporary happiness. Like you said, a car, a trip.
The novelty wears off.
Something like that, right?
Well, think about if you saved your father from dying because you had $250,000 to spend on some sort of specific surgery that bought him his life
then
back.
Money buys happiness all day.
Oh my God.
In that situation, 100%.
Like what is the Lambo doing for you at that point? Nothing.
For sure. I think it really just buys a lot more freedom for yourself, right? Where and people will say stuff like, I rather or they'll say the other side where they're like, well, I know people with lots of money that are miserable. Fair. But I probably know more people with no money that are miserable. Probably.
Well said.
You could be miserable either way.
Yeah, bro. Well said.
So yeah, I think, listen, I believe money buys happiness because I just define happiness as something, let's say my business. My business makes me happy. I need money. Having employees like Jason, it makes me happy, but I need money. So I think it all depends on who you are as a person, really, right? But bro, thank you.
Thank you, man. This is
First of all, he flew out here.
Yes, I did.
Appreciate you, man.
I was on the plane 6 a.m. this morning.
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
I got fired up when you posted it, when you landed.
Touchdown.
You're always welcome on the show, bro.
Yeah, we'll do another one maybe like a year from now.
100%.
Or maybe another one like post,
When your numbers are all going to be doubled again, and we'll re-say them again. You're going to keep crushing, bro.
Thanks, man.
Really proud of you, man.
Appreciate it,
keep
Ernesto.
inspiring everyone that you are.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, wish you the best,
Appreciate it.
and keep crushing.
Thank
All
you.
right? Guys, go follow him if you're not already following him. All the links below. Go follow his journey. He's building something special. One of the biggest companies of his kind in Canada right now. Possibly the world. All right? One day. Part 2 coming soon, guys. Peace.
Thank you, Ernesto.
Anytime, brother.